Horns up and welcome to a brand new episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. Now for most Indians growing up, the staple food at home is dal chawal or sabzi roti, but for me it was macaroni and cheese, and my mother made a mean mac and cheese at home and I grew up eating that, so it's very dear to me. And today we're going to be making a delicious keto mac and cheese using cauliflower, and we're going to give it a little twist and add some ham and some other layers of seasoning. But anyway, enough jibber jabber from me. Let's go and make that keto mac and cheese. We're going to start by chopping up some ham, and this is that beautiful ham that I bought from Bangkok. It's still left over. Then I'm going to chop up one small onion just into half moons. In a pan, I'm going to heat up some garlic butter. Now if you don't have garlic butter, you can just use butter and garlic powder or just regular butter. Once that's melted, I'm going to add in my chopped onions and I'm just going to sweat them. You don't want to cook this at a very high heat, you just want the onions to turn translucent. Then we add in our chopped ham. Now if you are a vegetarian, please don't add ham, but you can add mushrooms instead if you like. You can add zucchini even if you like. You can add anything you like that is vegetarian and fits in your diet. Anyway, we're going to cook this off for a wee bit. And I'm going to add some chili flakes just to give it a little bit of a kick. Not too much because you guys know I don't like spicy food, but just a little for that flavor and that aroma. Alright, now our onions are translucent and cooked just like we want them. We don't want to get any color on it really, just a little color, not too much. And that's it. That's done. Set it aside. Now the macaroni component of this mac and cheese is cauliflower, like everything else in keto. Anyway, I'm going to cut off the cauliflower florets, separate it from the stems. Once that's done, if you've got some big pieces, just break them up with your hands or chop them up if you like. I want to have decent sized cauliflower pieces so it feels like a macaroni piece. Once that's done, I'm going to transfer it into a bowl. Now I'm just going to give it a bit of seasoning, just some salt, and I'm going to microwave the cauliflower for 5 minutes. You can alternatively cook it in a frying pan, you can boil it, you can steam it, the choice is yours. I added a salt so that it has a little bit of flavor in it right at the base level. Anyway, now that the cauliflower is cooked, we get on to making the cheese sauce. We're going to kick off with 50 grams of butter, and you want to keep the flame really low. We don't want to cook this on a high heat. Once the butter starts melting, we're going to add in some garlic powder, some cayenne pepper, some freshly grated nutmeg, and some fresh thyme. Give these all a good mix. Now I'm going to season this butter with half a chicken stock cube. You can use a vegetable stock cube or a beef stock cube. The idea is that rather than just putting salt, we're going to give it another layer of flavor with the stock cube. So mix all of that together, and once the butter has fully melted and everything looks like it's well mixed in, we're going to add in 300 ml of cream. Now I'm just using fresh Amul cream in India. But if you live in America, use heavy whipping cream. If you live in the UK, you can use either single cream or double cream. Make sure you keep mixing that and get all of it well incorporated. Once that's done, we are going to add in cheese, and I'm adding some delicious aged cheddar and some mixed Italian cheese. And just once again keep mixing everything together. You only want to cook it till all the cheese has melted and the sauce has become one. Now if you don't want to make your sauce too thick, because it is going to cook in the oven again, you can add a little bit of water and just mix that in. It just makes the sauce a little more easy to work with. Okay, that's it. Once the cheese has melted and our sauce is ready, I'm going to finish it off with a little bit of black pepper. And that's it, the cheese sauce is ready. Now we're going to put the ham and the onion mixture in with the cauliflower and just mix that up. And then we're going to pour over that cheese sauce. Oh yeah, does that look good or does that look good? Now you can eat this right away if you like, but honestly we can take this to the next level. So let's do that. In a Ziploc bag, I'm going to take 25 grams of pine nuts and I'm going to crush them with a rolling pin. Now if you don't have pine nuts, you can use any nut that you enjoy. I would suggest maybe try a walnut or try a pecan or maybe a macadamia nut. Any of them will do. This is to give you that crunchy texture. Oh, and you can also use pork rinds, no problem. Anyway, once that's done, we're going to take our baking dish. We're going to put in that mixture of the cauliflower and the ham and the onion and the cheese sauce. Then we're going to top it with those pine nuts, and this is going to give your mac and cheese a bit of crunch. And finally, we top it off with some more cheese. This looks like the cheesiest dish I've ever made in my entire life. Anyway, enough jibber jabber, time to put it in the oven and bake it at 200 degrees Celsius for about 10 to 12 minutes. And you can keep it for a further 2 minutes with the broiler setting on to brown the cheese on top. And it's ready. Oh my god, just look at that crust on top. It looks incredible. And we're just gonna finish it with some fresh thyme flowers on the top, just to garnish and for a little bit of extra herbiness. Oh yeah, our mac and cheese is done. And that looks delicious. Now I'm just gonna serve myself a little bit. Oh yeah, that looks good. That is so good. I wish you guys could smell this right now. Anyway, enough jibber jabber, time to taste. Alright guys, time to taste this delicious looking keto mac and cheese. And look at that lovely crust on that cheese. Ooh, ooh la la. Just gonna cut a piece off. Just get some cauliflower. Some more cauliflower in. Get a piece of ham as well. Everything in one bite. I want to savor this moment for a very, very long time. This is incredibly delicious. Look, macaroni and cauliflower don't taste the same. Let's not kid anybody here. But would I give up macaroni for cauliflower? Maybe 10 years ago I would have said not a chance in hell. But today I'm telling you, yes I will. And with this lovely ham that is in it, and that lovely, all the subtle flavors, the beautiful flavorings of the thyme, the cayenne, that stock cube, it's just given it so many layers of flavor which you don't get in a plain mac and cheese, which is just cream and cheese. Ooh la la. And that's one thing I want to tell you guys. Cooking is all about creating layers of flavor, seasoning at every level possible, and just tweaking and adding and just building up that deliciousness. Look, cream and cheese and macaroni can be delicious, but what we've done here is so much better, so much greater. It's at another level. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this recipe. Please take pictures as always, tag us on Instagram, follow us on Instagram, it's at Headbanger's Kitchen, and I will see you guys on the next episode. So till then, cheers and keep cooking. And I will keep eating and get fat, or maybe not, because we're on keto. Oh, so good.